The Queen of Granada, by M. Riff. Chapter 193, The Eye Drops. Rita gazed at him and said, "A blind man used to run this bookstore. I'd like to speak with him." The man looked curiously at Rita, tilting his head to hear her better, and said, "You're looking at him." Raising only one eyebrow, he continued, "Your voice sounds familiar. You were the one who borrowed The Way to the Secret Rose Garden a few years back and returned just a burnt piece of its cover, weren't you?" Rita admitted, "Yes, that's correct." The man peered over his reading glasses at her and said, "Back then, you claimed the Queen of Granada had gone mad and burned the book along with all her others." He pushed his glasses back up and added with a serious tone, "Throughout history, there have been two types of people, those who write books and those who burn them. The rest of us are merely bystanders." Rita felt like the man was still holding a grudge. She didn't know what to say. The man continued, "I must admit, I had my doubts back then. I thought you might have kept the book, burned a piece of its cover, and returned it. But since then, I have become convinced that you were telling the truth, and I will tell you why." As if revealing a secret, he pointed at the bookcases and explained, "The old books on the shelves hide many secrets, and secrets are meant to be kept. Some of these books have deadly poison smeared in the corners of their pages. Then you pay with your precious life if you try to leaf through the book to get your hands on the secret." Clara chimed in, "I remember that happening in the movie, In the Name of the Rose. They ingested cyanide, which turned their lips blue, didn't they?" The man wasn't pleased with the interruption. Annoyed, he looked over his glasses at her and replied, "Books must be read. They should not just be seen in a movie." Rita glanced at Clara and said, In the Name of the Rose, the poison could have been cyanide since the victim's lips turned blue. However, their fingers were also stained blue." The man looked at Rita with appreciation and said, "I see you have acquired quite a bit of knowledge from the universe of herbal medicine." He continued, "I can still smell the burnt corner of the book and hear your mournful strains saying, 'The road to the secret rose garden is burnt.' I have since become convinced that that book was not a regular book, but an object from a whole other dimension. It simply shouldn't exist. A garden that was meant to be secret shouldn't have been on a map at all." Insinuating that the man had previously been blind and could now see through his reading glasses, Rita asked, "Did your eyes get better?" The man replied, "That's a completely different story. Some years ago, my wife bought some eye drops from a street vendor who, she thought, was the Queen of Granada. I didn't expect much, but I tried the drops anyway, and miraculously, they worked. I visited the same eye doctor who had once declared me blind and he found nothing wrong, except that I needed a pair of reading glasses. The eye doctor thought my blindness might have been psychological and denied that the drops had any effect." Rita looked at him and inquired, "I'm here to find the Queen of Granada. Do you have any idea where she might be?" The man responded, "People claim to see her all over the city, in the Alhambra, the bazaar, and even the chapel. Since my eyes improved, my wife thinks she's a saint. She goes on a long pilgrimage across the city every Sunday to light a candle at the Queen's house. Many others in the city do the same." Rita looked at Clara and said, "That's exactly what worried me. If we believe what people are saying, we'll have to search the entire town and get nowhere."